Good morning or good afternoon, depending on which side of the Mississippi you are this morning, and welcome to our presentation today. Thank you from all of us at Rapid Acceleration Partners for logging in today. Our topic today is using AI to increase aftermarket sales. More specifically, using AI for aftermarket sales competitiveness by using AI to analyze competitors' products and pricing, and then use that data to optimize your competitive pricing or to fill gaps in your product catalog. A quick introduction of myself. Oh, actually, first some housekeeping. So I jumped ahead there. So real quick, we will send out the slides from the presentation right after the webinar. We will get the recording of the webinar out to you so you can share it with your team members and anyone else you like. Hopefully, next 24 hours, maybe sooner. Please email us any feedback, requests that you have as a result of the webinar. During the presentation, we will have chat open for questions. So we will pile up the questions to the end, and we're more than happy to answer any questions you have. And then we challenge everyone on the call to avoid distractions, maybe turn down that phone. We're expecting the presentation will be about 35 minutes, and then we'll leave some time for Q&A. So, and we're hoping everybody will get what they need to out of the presentation today. So, quick introduction of myself. I'm Ian Kimbrell. I am part of the North American sales team for RAP. My responsibilities today will be to walk you through a live demonstration of our software solutions, our AI solutions, as used for a company focused on increasing sales for aftermarket parts. In addition, joining me today is Raghuram Ramamurthy. Raghu's our CEO and a thought leader in the AI space. He'll lead a brief introduction to our company and the technology. Raghu, you want to add to that introduction?
Yeah, thanks, Ian. Hi, everyone. I'm Raghu here. Come with about 25 years of experience, a significant amount of that in manufacturing and then technology. So I take great pleasure in working with our customers to make sure the AI solutions that we build are practical, measurable, and very, very quick to implement. We're both very excited about this session today because we're going to cover how aftermarket teams can actually move the needle using AI, not just theory, but real actual wins. Over to you, Ian.
Okay, so set some expectations. What you should expect to see during the technology demonstration is the following. First, we'll show you how to use an in-house database built by AI to complete part and product matching so that your team members can quickly see which of your products can replace your competitors and OEM parts in the aftermarket sales process. Secondly, we'll show you how you can conduct product price analysis comparing your current product pricing to all your competitors so you can make strategic price decisions to increase sales, and that could be or increase profitability. After that, we'll show you how the platform can give you new product development or new product onboarding teams insights into which products are in the market already that you may not be participating in so that you can direct growth of your offerings and grow your catalog of offerings with a focus on new sales and profitability. As part of showing these tools, we'll show you the interface, how you interact with it, and which tools are available. Next slide. Okay, Raghu, I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Yep, thanks, Ian. So who are we, right? What are we going to talk about today, right? At Rapid Acceleration Partners, or RAP, as we shortly call it, we are an enterprise AI platform company with a very, very strong focus in manufacturing distribution, with a significant amount of our leadership time spent in manufacturing. Right, our mission is very simple, right? To put secure, powerful AI in the hands of operation teams without really disrupting your existing systems. Just jumper into your existing systems and not really creating any new overhead. Right? What makes us different? We deploy everything entirely within your environments. No data really leaves your infrastructure. Our platform is purpose built for complex manufacturing flows. Particularly, we understand that there is a lot of PLM, ERP, tribal knowledge, legacy systems that could be involved in that process. So essentially allows us to build an extremely custom flow which fits your process and how you pull data and consume it. And then pretty much everything we deliver runs on our proprietary tech stack. So no real dependency on external software, which essentially gives you complete control over the process, right? A significant portion of our work and our strongest track records have been in manufacturing. We'll touch upon that in a little bit. But with over the past few years, we worked with multiple different facets of manufacturing, aftermarket, engineering, procurement, dealer support teams, ops teams, and helping them automate some extremely painful and revenue critical processes as well, like what we'll see today, matching parts across fragmented PLM ERP systems, allowing to speed up quoting processes, benchmarking competitor catalogs, claim validations, right, and a suite of data intelligence systems that we've built to be able to pull intelligence from documents and data to be able to drive them into smart assistants. What we bring to the table isn't just AI, it's real AI applied to operational bottlenecks that you all deal with day to day, right? And that's kind of where we consistently deliver measurable outcomes, right? So essentially, more revenues with less effort. Okay. Our platform is trusted by some of the world's most respected companies, right from the Fortune 500s all the way to mid market. We work with customers of all shapes and sizes. Right. So you will see names across the board here, right? Like could be automotive, heavy equipment, HVAC, energy, electronics. So that's because our solutions go beyond generic AI, right? They're designed for operation complexity and also built to deliver impact very, very quickly. But one thing that's common across these customers is systems are fragmented, extremely high process variability from one customer to the other, right? And it could either be manual work that slows down revenue or things that you'd otherwise would not be able to do without the scale and power of AI, right? So one thing that we've done with all these customers is turn AI into action without needing for giant digital transformation kind of projects, right? It's a one step at a time kind of a project that we do that delivers impact and results immediately, right? Some quick examples of cases that we've done, right, with real life examples. This is a Fortune 500 industrial OEM, right? One challenge that they had was they had no visibility into parts that their competitors were offering and what that matched their own. That meant that their aftermarket intelligence was very minimal, extremely slow quoting times, and poor ability to be able to cross sell, right? So the problem was obviously a huge universe, right? Impossible to do a manual research across this, not an e-commerce driven market, right? So extremely inconsistent naming standards, inconsistent data standards, right? Information available on websites, documents, installation manuals, and so on, and really no scalable way to compare across a huge set of activities, right? We pulled in data from their Oracle ERP, online catalogs, internal documents, external documents, and pretty much wrapped all of these with agents that kind of matches attributes across 55,000 external parts that were pulled in, chosen parts across about 2,000 SKUs of theirs, right? With that, we were able to deliver about 95% plus accuracy in attribute extraction matching, and most importantly, created a significantly large market that unlocked for them to go after their competitor install base, right? And that's the kind of competitive edge that AI can deliver when applied to real operational problems that you talk day to day. Another example would be from a Fortune 100 automotive manufacturer, not so much an aftermarket problem, but a claims problem where they had to process about 100,000 dealer claims a month, leading to delays, errors, extremely poor dealer satisfaction. Volume spikes during peak seasons made beginning of the month, end of the month, made things worse, right? So staffing costs would shoot up, claims just get stuck, right? And things wouldn't just move. So we built a solution again with AI agents that extracts the documents data, does the entire process automated, and pretty much routes the claims, approves or rejects a claim through their management system. The outcome, about 100,000 claims processed monthly with about $360,000 in annual savings with just that one process, but a more consistent dealer experience, right? Again, this was not about the automation. Yes, it was a complex process and we automated it, but it's about kind of fixing a broken process which otherwise is too scattered and unlocking that value for there. So that's just two examples. We want to run into the live demo. Just two examples of what AI can look like in the real world. Again, like I said earlier, it's about being able to imagine what we can do and then deliver those business outcomes for that. Right. Over to you, Ian.
All right. Thank you, Raghu. Okay, so jumping into our demonstration, I just need to take one moment to turn down my sound on my other device. All right. And thanks for bringing up the screen, Ganesh. So in today's walkthrough, I will be an employee of an aftermarket's truck part manufacturer called Acme Truck Parts. So as a member, in today's sort of day in the life, as a member of the go-to-market team, I've been assigned a number of tasks. Most immediately, I've been asked to complete three tasks. So the first one is one of our distributors have asked for feedback on competitive pricing for a specific part. Additionally, our internal sales and marketing team has asked for pricing information across the industry for a new part they're looking to relaunch. And finally, the engineering department wants a report to help them decide which new products they're going to take to market next fiscal year, and they're planning for resources and budgets for that. So before I begin, so we're in the dashboard now, and this is the starting point for our Acme Aftermarket's parts comparator. So let me review how our RAP AI agent technology has been building our competitive database using publicly available pricing of our competitors. So looking behind the scenes, I see my customized agent has been collecting competitive pricing and part numbers from competitive websites and e-commerce sites for weeks or months, and we have a good collection of competitive pricing data. The benefit of this technology is that running continuously, 24 hours a day if necessary, it collects the data we need and frees up members of our team from having to manually review competitive pricing. Prior to this technology, our company, Acme, found they were spending significant hours across multiple team members reviewing competitive pricing on their websites and e-commerce portals. So additionally, the agent benefits from also being connected to our ERP connector, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But the data reflected here is not only from our competitors' e-commerce sites, but also from our own internal databases. As part of my review of the custom database, I see that we've collected across thousands, or for some of our customers, tens of thousands of parts, collected information, including pricing. The database is searchable and available to anyone on our team to see competitive data. So the tools I have benefit from a master database of both our internal pricing and external pricing that we've collected. The benefits of this database is that we can allow our comparison tools to work off the latest data with high confidence that we're working with the latest data in the market. So as I said, our company is a manufacturer of aftermarket truck parts. We manufacture and distribute parts for the truck industry. We also distribute through partners. Today, I have a part I want to analyze as requested by one of our distributors that we work closely with, starting with part number part number 12254 from DT Spare Parts. So um, uh, a little bit of an overview on the interface from here. So um, um, well, here, actually, I'll jump ahead a little bit. I'll start with the price matching tool. So after entering the part number and manufacturer, I let the system run for a moment, and that puts us into the progress indicator that lets me see the steps that are being taken. So in the real world, the database would already be updated, but for this demonstration, we did a forced sync just so all of you could see the different connections that the database benefits from. The progress indicator lets me see the progress of the connectors, and so it gives you insight into what's going on in the background. So some of the additional technology at work here includes an AI agent connected to our ERP connector. So our ERP connector is connecting to Next ERP, though it could connect to any ERP system that you may have. But here at Acme, our ERP connector maintains an up-to-date set of internal data that mirrors what's in our financial system so that the system can intelligently compare prices with prices found from our competitors' websites and other sources. Because I have real-time access to our internal ERP system, our price comparisons will benefit from real-time, accurate information, accounting for any price increases or decreases that happen in our ERP system in real time. Um, and we also see that the process has successfully accessed our PLM connector. So for our company at Acme Truck Parts, we connect to Windshield PLM, but our RAP PLM connector can connect to any PLM system out there. And in a PLM system, for our particular environment, that's where we maintain data about specific part attributes like dimensions, which are useful for our comparisons. The connector can also determine things like if the part's been obsoleted, if that's where we track that information. Being able to access the PLM system as well as the ERP system allows us to access, again, latest up-to-date information from our design and engineering team. So if changes happen from their department, our sales and pricing teams benefit from those changes immediately as well. Um, So finally, the system uses the RAP agent, AI agent, to complete initial part matching between our internal systems and the database of competitive parts. Our AI technology uses its large language modeling to find parts that match in form, function, and description. And then by getting an exact match, we can respond to competitive situations quickly and with a high level of confidence that we have best pricing. So with the matching done and the data brought up here, the part matching results screen gives me a side-by-side comparison of one of our parts that match the competitive part in description and function. So here on the screen, our part is reflected on the right-hand side of the screen, and the competitive part is on the left-hand side of the screen. This screen gives me key data about both parts, including description, key statistics, and price, giving me high confidence that we have a part that will function function the same as the competitive part. This screen makes it easy to confirm that a good match has been found. Additionally, it'll give me any competitive differences, for example, price, but other areas as well. Right from the part matching results, I can also order the part if I'm ready to go forward. Because the system is naturally connected to our ERP system, it's easy to place the order and move things along. This benefits the entire team by letting them quickly order parts once they've determined they've got a good replacement part. But this functionality can be especially useful to our field services team, who can use this same interface to determine parts and initiate orders right from the field. So now that I have the results, I want to share this information with my distributor and any internal teams that need the information as well. Or if I did go ahead and order the part, I can let them know that as well. So, um, Some additional functionality that I didn't need to use, but I'd like to point out is if you look at the top, not only can we enter, I'm going to take 1 second here. Uh, Not only were we able to enter a competitor's part and find out which of our parts match, you can also go in the other direction. Um, if you have a part of ours and you want to know which parts to look for competitively so that you can displace them, we can also go in the other direction. So here we submit one of our parts to determine which of our competitors' parts we're able to displace at our client or prospects use case scenarios, and we're showing an example of that now. So one of the things we also did here, which may not be a normal use, but here in a demonstration, we also wanted to let you see that it's possible that part of the workflow is to actually reach out to the PLM system or the ERP system and gather additional information. So, in addition to building this robust database, having AI agents as part of the platform, it can go and grab out information ad hoc as well. So, here we are showing real-time live connections and access to those third-party systems. And of course, it often goes without saying, but it's worth saying, here at Acme Truck Parts, we have years, if not decades, of data in those databases, ERP, PLM, sometimes even CRM, and we want to leverage that to be more competitive. And yeah. Okay. So with that, I'm now going to move on to my next request for the day. My internal sales and marketing team has asked me to check on market-wide pricing uh, trends for a part that they're looking to run a specific campaign to grow market share. For this task, I will use the price benchmarking tool. Choosing the tool from the left-hand toolbar, I move into the price benchmarking screen. The price benchmarking screen gives me competitive pricing feedback on, for example, the heavy-duty air filter that I'm now looking to review on behalf of the marketing team. It gives me pricing for a number of competitors. It also tells me if our current pricing is competitive based on market averages. Um, and we are competitive in this case. So the benefit is that I quickly understand the pricing dynamics against an entire host of competitors. It quickly allows me to make some decisions around our latest pricing with an eye on winning opportunities. Um, this tool also reflects the benefits of making our pricing and packaging database as comprehensive as possible using our intelligent web mapping tools. The more comprehensive the database is over time, the better results I will have. And the better the results, the more sales we can win. In the case of this heavy-duty air filter, I see that we are already fairly competitive against the market average, but there are still competitors, or at least one competitor with a lower price. So we're not the lowest in the market. And I can share this data with our entire team, and we can start to make decisions on whether we need to increase or decrease our standard price. In this case, sales and marketing team has specifically asked that we give them feedback against specific manufacturers, and that allows me to talk about our filters at the top. So you can get much more granular when you're requesting the price benchmarking data. We can use the additional filters in the price benchmarking interface to further tailor my results. By using the filters, I can narrow down the exact benchmarking I need to do. In this case, I compare our heavy-duty air filter against all, but I could also, for example, just choose Freightliner and see what those results look like. By being able to quickly narrow down to the specific parts I want to benchmark, I can quickly get to the decisions we need to make as an organization. And so I can pass that data on to sales and marketing and quickly give them insights to what they need. So that allows me to complete my second task of the day, and that allows me to move on to my final task. So for this task, the engineering and design teams need to plan and budget for the development of new products that would require us to be more competitive in the market, and so that they can put a good plan together for next year. So the system allows us to leverage our database of competitors. So from the control bar on the left, I choose the Catalog Gaps tool. This screen gives me the information needed to inform our design, engineering, and warehousing teams which parts we may be missing to be more broadly competitive in the aftermarket space in which we want to compete. The benefit to this information is that it allows our future investments in growing our catalog to give us our most competitive outcomes. So you want to, if you're picking new products, you want to pick the ones that are going to be most likely to increase sales and profitability. In addition, this also builds confidence in our distribution channel that we are giving them a competitive advantage as they try to increase their sales. Similar to the price benchmarking tool, I can use a system of filters at the top and narrow down the results to a manageable number of results to review. By being able to slice and dice the results of the gap analysis, we can narrow down to which areas we have the most interest in furthering our catalog of parts. By reviewing the gaps based on pricing, we can help direct engineering to areas of the market that'll be most profitable. Now, today at Acme, I'm actually running short on time. And so I'm going to go into our AI chat screen in the lower right to help accelerate down to some narrowed results. So in this case, I'm going to say, show me the two highest priced parts that our competitors are selling that we don't have in our catalog. So maybe our engineering team has determined they'd like to start playing upmarket and sell some of the more expensive parts in the industry. So by using free-form language, the RAP AI agent technology already embedded in the platform can help me quickly mine some useful data from the most recent gap results. The AI chat interface lets me curate the results I want quickly and easily, and yeah, quickly came up with a couple parts that we should consider. So with that, I can end my efforts by sharing this information with the engineering team for the third result, and all of this information with all the other teams in our distributors. Part of the exercise is maybe collecting more feedback from both our internal and extended teams. But collectively, if we need to run additional analysis based on additional goals or insights, we know we can just do that in minutes, just like we did here today. And with access to the latest data that we have collected across the organization and from other sources. So with that brings our demonstration portion to an end. I also wanted to point out that part of the RAP hyper automation platform is the flexibility with which our systems can be tailored to your industry and your approaches to competitiveness. So when we've implemented these types of systems, of course, what you're searching for, how you compare prices, and what data is most important, it's going to be different from industry to industry, of course. So the functionality is not limited to the capabilities here we see here today. So, for example, we had a discussion just this week about a customer who has a similar system to what you saw today, but they want to be able to take a spreadsheet of hundreds of parts and bulk load those up, and then bulk load results right down back into another spreadsheet, and easily done once all the core connectors, agents, and databases are set up, and easily done. And of course, that request is very specific to how they build their price books and how they choose to compete in the marketplace. So if part of your company's review of this type of technology is to determine, yep, thanks for putting up the next slide, Ganesh, is to determine who would benefit from a platform like this, I want to share a list of roles and how their efforts could change with these types of capabilities. This slide will be in the deck we send out to you. In many organizations, many of your team members can benefit across multiple departments from being able to self-serve part matching and competitive price information. And of course, today in my simulation, I was the only one using it, but I could just as easily have sent the link to any of our team members to run the same analysis. And because our products generally use enterprise licensing, there's no additional cost to give you all of your team's access to the tools. So many of our customers initially, are bringing these tools in for a specific department, maybe sales and marketing, uh, but they soon learn that field sales, engineering, and a whole host of other departments can benefit from access to it. So if you are interested, it's next steps to work with us is pretty straightforward. So our team does a very good job in a 60 to 90-minute meeting with you to run through a consultation and understand what your biggest priorities are. And then our team takes some time to evaluate your process and document it all at no cost. And often we're able to flip a first revision, technical specification, a quote within a week. So if it's within your budget or how much you need to budget for, or if we need to expand or shrink the scope to meet your budget. Typically, and most of our projects go live in 6 to 8 weeks. I think about 10 years ago, it didn't, these types of projects didn't go as quickly. But at RAP, we've got a couple benefits to move the actual implementation faster. One is we actually use our own AI to do the implementations, which accelerates things quite a bit. And also, we have a lot of very experienced people on staff. So for the implementations I've worked through with the technical teams, I'm always impressed at our internal knowledge of not just AI and agents, but also of legacy systems like ERP, PLM, CRM. We have a lot of experience in those areas, those more traditional legacy data technologies, so that we can quickly become experts on your environment and not just build a system for you, but also advise you on best practices. So, so yeah, thank you for all your attention. And with that, if we have any questions that have been placed in the chat, we will jump into those. Sharam, do we have any questions? We, hopefully everybody can hear me. Raghu, can you hear me? Make sure
Yes, I
we're
can
okay.
hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, well, I can
Yeah.
jump into the chat as well. I don't think we have any
Yeah.
questions. Is that right?
The chat is open. I think I can see one or two. So you should be able to message if you have any questions. You should be able to message the host, either Ian or me,
We'll
with
give
your
everybody 30
questions.
seconds.
Yeah.
We can also answer previous questions we've received from customers. Okay. Um, no questions, Sharam. Do we have any questions we have from previous customers that we can?
I have one or two questions here in my box. I'll
Yeah,
maybe
I'll
start.
let you go. Go ahead, Raghu.
Yeah. Okay. So one question that I have is what defines catalog gaps, right? What criteria do you pick for that, right? So essentially, when we say catalog gaps, we are talking about parts your competitors offer, but you don't, right? Essentially, that's missed opportunities hiding in plain sight. Again, you can apply a lot of filters. Again, it depends on the industry, the value, volume, and things like that. But as a general standard, it could be is it something that you would easily sell into the categories that you're already selling to, right? It's a clear match with either by specs or form fit function to very similar to the parts that you already have, right? And then obviously it has to be high volume, high occurrence, right? And also a manufacturing opportunity because a margin opportunity because it's very close to something that you already sell. So you either have the supply chain leverage or the manufacturing capability to be able to make something very close with just minor modifications, right? I think those are things that you would want to pick. But essentially, we've had a lot of our customers say, hey, we want to identify these gaps because we could end up buying making some parts just to sell to competitors, even though they don't form part of our equipment, really, right? Because it's too good an opportunity that we'd want to leave on the table. Okay. The next question we have is, what happens when competitors change their numbering systems or standards, right? Essentially, we don't follow uh, a part number based match, right? We do an attribute based matching, right? And this is also not a process that's supposed to be a one-time process, right? We don't look at it that way, right? We constantly keep looking for different sources, right, and keep updating the catalogs at our end, right? And then if there is an incremental change, either new parts or existing parts that changed, right, there is that change that is tracked and then updated into the system, right? So essentially, if they change their structure, right, in whatever frequency we have set out, right, it'll automatically update internally as well. So we will always have the latest data within the system. Um, there's one question around what happens if competitor data is incorrect, right? Actually, that's a good question, right? So one, I think we'll try to address that in two pieces, right? One, I think the concern around competitive data quality, right? So we should never treat competitive data as gospel, except in again cases with source, right? So every time we pull data, there is a source tagging, right? And based on sources, we can always attribute a confidence scoring around that. So for example, it could be from a competitor's e-commerce website, right? In that case, you know that the data is going to be correct, right? If it's a non-e-commerce driven market, it could be from random catalogs of agents or distributors, in which case the data may not be 100% right. So based on source, right, I think we can track some confidence metrics as well, right? And it's not, we usually don't only look at one source of input. We'd say, right, if there are multiple sources from where we can look at the data from, we try to pull data from multiple different sources and cross-link those. So that way we can try and weed out some of that wrong data. And then ultimately, right, if it's an industry that tends to have a lot of like data kind of floating around in all these catalogs and different areas, then we can use a human in the loop and say, once we've surfaced something, right, with the source tagging, we'll just have a human eyeball that data, right? They don't have to do all the heavy lifting, just the ones that are low in confidence. A human can just do that, right? And I think I want to point out to what Ian mentioned earlier, right? What you saw in the demo today, it's not a one size fits all kind of a solution, right? This is something that we built as a demo, right? As an example here, what you saw today, but essentially we will have to string a process that fits your needs, your industry, right? And then your processes, right? And based on those sources, we will determine the right checks and balances in place. Okay, we have one more question. I think we may just have time for that last question, right? How do you scrape data off the internet? In this case, I assume it's parts distributors is scraping inhibited by resellers, right? Yeah, so yes, we do use a combination of scraping, right, from websites or catalogs, and that largely that's the source of information. But yeah, we only go after information that is publicly available, right? We don't go after any information that is available behind paywalls, right, or specific logins. We only go after information that is largely available in public domain. So that way, we are in clear territory, right? We're not doing anything illegal by going and pulling that. It's a simple Google search, right? Think of it as we are not doing large scale indexed scraping like the crawlers do, right? Think of this as doing specific targeted searches, right? We'd go on Google search, go through the site, and then do that. So the agent is going to mimic the exact same behavior. Okay.
Okay, with that, we're right at the 45-minute mark. So thank you everyone for those questions. Those were very good questions. And as I said at the beginning, we look forward to sending out both the slide deck and a link to the video here fairly soon. And also, as we mentioned, if you have any immediate questions or you're ready to set up a consultation with us, please email us and let us know right away. We really look forward to speaking to everybody one-on-one. All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.